All right, welcome back to yet another episode of Side Note, the podcast dedicated to underground electronic dance music and all things related. As always, I am your host, Nick, and with me today this is a big milestone for us, our first international touring DJ, house music, producer extraordinaire, FreedomB. What's up, man?
Thanks so much, man, Nick, for having me.
Of course,
it's my pleasure to be here and support your project.
Thanks, man. I mean, such a pleasure having you here. You know, it's been awesome getting to know you the last couple of weeks since you've been in town. Shout out to Jay Wu, our guest from last week, who's your manager here for North America.
Exactly.
And so, I mean, tell us about what it's been like for you touring in the States these last few weeks.
Actually, I was pretty excited because it was something that we were like working over the last months, but because COVID, you never know it's gonna happen or not. Yes, but finally we could make it, and I'm so happy. It is my first experience here, like not like visiting States. I was here in 2010, but as a DJ, yes. So I'm pretty happy and grateful for all what the agency did, like Gio, Jason, and all the team that they're amazing. They're beautiful humans, and they're working so hard to provide the best experience for myself. And also, I was really lucky also to have the chance to work with really great promoters and club owners from different cities, like Phoenix or like El Paso, where I was, San Diego. So I feel like a kid on Christmas, honestly.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel the positive energy from you, and it makes me really happy to be in the orbit. So you did LA, San Diego,
Phoenix last Friday, El Paso on Saturday. And today we dismiss with the last dance in Space Taco tonight.
The like notorious and famous Space Taco in Pomona. Shout out, home to a lot of the guests that we've had on Side Note. They've all sort of made their way through Space Taco. So you're kind of having a like California DJ rite of passage tonight, going out to Pomona and playing out there. So as you've like kind of toured around, kind of in the western part of the United States here, like, have you noticed any differences from city to city in terms of like party vibe?
I need to say, like, I found everywhere like a really good vibe. I think like now we are living like it's a great moment. It's a really extraordinary moment for the industry, because after COVID, everyone want to rave. Yeah. Everyone is open to dance, to have fun. So in terms of being a DJ, it's really like, I would say like easier right now more than ever to connect with the people, because the people is really open to the journey, whatever it is in terms of music. And I had such a really great time. Of course, always was a really like good experience to play here in LA in a warehouse. I really found from warehouse. It's a completely different vibe from the club or festival.
Right.
And so had the chance to play here in a warehouse and then go for a club in Phoenix, and San Diego was more like after party in a restaurant where it was more like a tiny DJ booth, but really great vibe.
Got it.
For the guys from Music for Lovers.
Oh yeah.
It was really amazing. Priceless.
Awesome, man. Yeah, so when can we expect you back in the US? Maybe we can get you like on an East Coast tour or something.
Yeah, actually, we are working. We are talking about like when it's gonna be the next time, and I have some also personal goals. They know actually, maybe because my house music disco roots, I really want to go to Chicago and be able to play there, and also like New York.
Yeah,
those are the cities because house music roots that I really wanna bring my groove.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as a DJ, certainly like New York is like major milestone, right? To like check off the bucket list. And then, like I was out there recently, and the scene is like here is sort of more lively and vibrant than it's ever been. So it's really cool to see rave like really thriving right now. I want to say, and maybe we talked about this, I feel like this is something I've definitely spoken with somebody about this recently, but it's sort of like the greater decline society is in, like the better the party.
Yeah, completely. It is. I don't know why, actually. I asked myself so many times, what is the reason on that? No idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, but I feel like we are like on the way to something extraordinary, really good for like the industry, especially after these last 2 years that we couldn't basically do nothing. And that we suffer, everyone, doesn't matter what is your role in the industry. We are in front of something really, really good. I feel like the vibe from the people, of course, is going to be hard. There is some stuff that we will need to work on it to back on the track, to back to the reality which we had.
Right.
But I think it's time to play smart and think big, fail big. I'm really into this kind of philosophy of life. Dream big, fail big. And I think like if we work in a work team, you know, and leave aside all this kind of, in my opinion, stupid competition that sometimes you are with me or against me, you know, I think now is the time to build that up, something really really good for everyone.
Yeah, we need more plur, right?
Yeah.
Peace, love, unity,
completely.
respect.
Yeah.
So I guess, you know, like, you know, coming from Europe, what do you feel like the differences are between the scene there and here? And so I guess just to backtrack, you're from Spain, España. But you're based out of Berlin right now,
over
correct?
the last 10 years.
Okay.
I moved there in 2012.
Okay.
And so I'm really happy because, you know, like living in Berlin, have the chance to grow up over the last 10 years in this industry, in this scene, which is unbelievable.
Right.
Like so many like people from different countries living there, and you can really feel like they respect electronic music, you know, like they really take care of it. And this is something really nice, honestly, really.
So you're saying that's the vibe of Berlin.
Yeah.
It's like there's like a reverence for electronic music. I mean, is that true of, so I've only really gotten to know France in my personal travels. Outside of France, I'm not very familiar with kind of the scene in Europe, you know, outside of what I read and, you know, seeing documentaries and stuff. So, you know, so I guess, how does Berlin's vibe differ from, say, like UK or Spain, which, I mean, Europe generally is much more rave positive, right?
I would say like the European point of view from States is always like, you know, we had this feeling, doesn't matter in which market you play, if it's music or business, whatever it is, like, you need to be in the States. This is the market where you can make money.
Interesting.
Like they know, I mean, what I felt, and actually I was talking with some friends, like yesterday, we were like walking around Hollywood. And there was so many hip hop artists on the street with CDs trying to, hey man, how they marketing everything, how they try to sell you. I mean, like they are ready. I feel like you guys here are ready to play hard, work hard, you know, like I don't know if
there's more like hustle here, right?
Completely, which I think is one of the reasons why this is that make like America like a big nation in terms of business, you know, like I think you grow up with this mentality in this country. And also I think like one of the most important things is like in Europe, when you have an idea and a business and you fail, they call you loser. And this is a huge mistake because they need to just like clap their hands and say, well done to try. And I think this is why America have so many like entrepreneurs and so many companies, like they are really worldwide recognized as an Apple or Microsoft or whatever it is. So, you know, because sometimes you have this mentality doesn't help you, know, and this is a thing like it's a really European mentality sometimes that they call you loser because you try and you fail, and no, I mean you have big balls because you try and to reach your goals. So in terms of electronic music, it's happened the same here, and also like you have so many I would say opportunities here to play, but at the same time, of course, the competition is harder. There is so many people doing everything. But I always try to compare when I should not Spain with Germany, maybe because I'm from there and maybe where it's
natural. It's natural. It's home country. Yeah.
And I cannot, because in the end it's like different cultures, and how I said, like especially Germany, they really appreciate the DJ role, the producer role, the electronic music, because they know that it brings so many good things, big value to the country, and in the end, talking about money, so many tax.
Okay, yeah, tax revenue from
tax
all the
revenue,
parties. Okay.
you know, this is what they are saying. Like right now, like clubs like Berghain or Panorama Bar, they bring much more money, tax revenue to the country than some historical places.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy to think about, but it makes sense.
It
right?
makes sense, you know. This is this kind of like they call low-cost airlines generation, where they take the flight to Germany to just like party and have fun, and yeah, in the end, this is money for the country, and they really want to take care of this, you know.
So, but like, if you want to go raving in Spain, like you can still do it, right?
Exactly.
It's just like a little different.
The main thing is like Spain, it's really difficult to take the risk in order to book someone, because you know we are like more like A, B, or C. We know what we like and we know what will work. So the promoters sometimes, because I have some friends that they are like promoters, and they try to book like big artists that they are big, but maybe not for the Spanish scene, and then they lost so much money, and then they say like, okay, let's go for the same names, like always, no, like names that works in Ibiza, like Circo Loco artists,
right.
Like then they know that they will work really in the country. But so I feel like somehow we are like, so this is why also I'm happy about like festivals like Sonar, like they bring so much culture to the country, and we have like a really good spot every single summer to find new artists, new faces, newcomers.
You've been to multiple Sonar, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I went like to one Sonar, and then I played some off Sonar events around over the last years. But yeah, it's a really great like networking place also, and I really like what it brings to the country.
So I guess in terms of taking a quick step back, you know, what are the challenges of kind of being a DJ in Europe? I mean, I imagine it's the same thing. You have to network a lot, but it seems like because the rave culture is so much bigger in Europe that it's, at least, you know, looking from afar, it seems like maybe it's easier to find gigs than it is here. I don't know. Like, what is your sense?
Where I'm struggling, still is like on the way, like for example, to arrange like, you know, like to go through these steps of DJ fee. Like you start to have, I don't know, like 500, and then to reach the next level, that let's say 1,000. To reach that, the next step is hard. It's hard because you really need to like, it's all about labels,
right?
And start to releasing great labels. And also, you know, like so many people is getting pissed off because social media, like sometimes it's like it's not anymore about music or about labels. It's all about like how influencers or how big you are on social media. But I always say the same, hey, it is how it is. This is the game. You can play or not, but if you want to play, please don't stay all the time complaining about that DJ is doing better than me and he or she doesn't release any track, but is big in social media. Hey, she or he is using what they know what to do, and it's fair enough. I mean, if maybe they are not good producers, but they are really good on networking skills and social media, and you are better, like really great producer, but you are not good in social media. Why is your tool have more value than the other ones? Someone will say, we are in the music business. Music is the most important. I agree, but the rules of the game change. Actually, some years ago, I was reading one thing about like Simon Dunmore, the owner from Defected.
Okay, yeah.
He said one thing which is true. He said like people is complaining all the time about the mobile phones on the dance floor, the recording. And he said, do you think like the people in the 70s or 80s, they will have the mobile phone? They will not do the same recording Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, the Rolling Stone. They will do exactly the same because it's a human behavior. Yeah. So we are human.
It's not that the people are any different, right?
Yeah. So it's just like evolution of the society. You can like or not, but it is how it is. So
yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point in terms of like what component is most important, right? It is the music business. Or you could just say it's business. And in any business, you have to be able to market yourself properly, right? That's regardless of industry. But at the same time, I recognize that, you know, like people who are in it only to produce good shit and to spin good shit, it's a whole other game that they now have to play. That's difficult, you know, and I can understand the frustration of it, but at the same time, it opens so many doors, right? So now with social media, there's less gatekeepers. So you have a direct relationship with your fan base, and if you're good at managing that, then that's all you need. You don't need, you know, a billion agents and whoever kind of gatekeeping for you.
I mean, for us, it's more easy. I mean, like when I say us, it's our generation that we grew up with technology. I understand because I have friends like they are like DJs and they are like 45 years old. Like when they start, that was just like producing and vinyls and DJing. And now they need to get used to this technology. And some of them say, sorry, I don't want to play that game. And it's completely okay. I understand totally. I have so many friends that they are doing that, and they are having less gigs since this social media thing got stronger. But you know, what can you do? It is how it is. So just try to make the best of it. Play fair. I always say play fair. Keep health, because honestly, for example, today, I was like checking so many posts and social media and answering people, and then one friend of mine wrote me, "Hey, you need to check this new social media," and I got like, "Hey, how many hours do you need if you need to carry on with Spotify, SoundCloud, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook?"
Oh yeah, what's the new thing that you're supposed to be on now? A TikTok or something else?
Yeah, I mean, everyone is talking about TikTok, but honestly, or you have someone who's helping you with that, or if you want to carry on all the platforms that you should, it will take you 9 hours per day. Trust me.
Yeah.
With everything,
it's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. And when do you have time for yourself or for the music, or for like really like doing important things, like having time with your family, with your friends?
Right.
So
like a lot of these big DJs, I'm not sure if they're the ones actually like running their social media, or if it's somebody else.
Yeah, I sure that they have any help somehow.
So, as I ask many of my guests, where did your journey with electronic music and DJing and producing begin?
Well, actually, when I started university as a DJ, a friend of mine, he was DJ from one club, but back in the days when I started to go to these like under 18 parties that you cannot drink alcohol. The music that we used to listen was called in Spain Pokey.
Okay, Pokey. Okay.
Yeah, and it was like a faster hard house.
Okay.
Like really hard house with this a cappella between pop, dance, but really, really faster. And but it was so much fun, I would say. So he was like a DJ back in the days, and he introduced me to this kind of like not to the music, but in the way how to mix, because he has like 2 turntables at home.
Okay.
So in that moment, it was when it came out, the Pioneer 200.
Okay.
Which I bought, and from that moment I just started to mix, and I started to play, and I started to get into more music, and in that moment came to my life house music.
Okay.
Back in the days, I was really into Eric Morillo.
Yeah.
And
rest in peace,
Eric, and also like David Guetta, but really in the beginning, not when he became commercial, like from the 90s. Like I recommend to everyone who criticized David Guetta, check it out what he did in the 90s. For Paris and for France, what he, like all the parties that he hosts.
Yeah, there's YouTube video of him like at old parties in the 90s, just like slamming like
of course,
like techno and house, like underground shit.
So I got into this, and also like Roger Sanchez, like this kind of house, David Morales, and then
it's a lot of like American.
Yeah, completely. Then the UK vibe came to my life with this garage and dubstep, which I really, really love. But that was my first contact in terms of like DJing. And then I started to buy the Pioneer 800. Then I sold my PlayStation 3 to buy a tractor from Native Instruments.
Yeah.
So I was like somehow, and at the same time, I mean, I was start to work with some electronic music websites because when I was a kid, I was trying to be, or it was my dream job to be a journalist. So I couldn't, or I didn't study to be a journalist, and I came from all the business and marketing. So I was really trying to connect myself with this kind of like side of my soul, you know?
Right.
I would say. And so I was writing about reviews from EPs, doing interviews, some artists, like writing about like whatever I think is interesting in electronic music business.
Yeah,
so
man.
that kept me. So this is why I feel really.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like you and I have like very similar backgrounds. You know, like when I was in university, I wrote for one of like a magazine on campus, and one of my favorite assignments was I did a review of Satoshi Tomie's Undulation album with an interview. So I got to like interview him, and then I got a copy of the album, and then got to like write it up in one of the school magazines. So definitely like with you in terms of like journalism and covering the scene.
And I think it's really nice. I mean, when you love and when you have this passion, how we have, because electronic music, just to be in contact, you know, like do what you can, but just try to bring something in positive vibes, whatever it is, you know, like a journalist or like a DJ or like whatever, you know.
So I guess how did you transition from actually producing? I mean, you have releases on like Repopulate Mars, which that's Lee Foss's label, right? And on Toolroom, Mark Knight's label, and I think like a handful of others.
Hot Tracks, the label from Jamie Jones.
Yeah.
And also Can You Deep in Sound, the Hot Scenes.
Okay, Hot Scenes, yeah. So those are all like very like well respected, recognized labels. So yeah, how do you go from, you know, spinning in university to like now your shit has made its way to like some of the hottest labels?
Actually, it was a really, I would say like it was my journey. So when I talk with people about my shit, I always said like I don't like to teach nobody. What I would love to do is just to tell you how it was for me. Take the positive things that you want, and that's all. You know, I don't like these people who would tell you, you should do this. No, this is how it was for you, but it should not be for me. Right. So when I finished the university, I was working in 2 agencies. Once in the morning, which was more underground, and in the evening it was more like commercial, which I really appreciate. Some friends were like doing jokes like how you can work in commercial shit, but I need to say, like it brought to me a lot of good things in terms like how commercial market use the marketing tools to promote, and how they create the flyers and how they promote events. So it's really like, it's something that the underground scene, they were not doing. Now you can see like the underground is doing more commercial in terms of like promotion. Right. But back in the days, they were trying to keep the underground vibe.
So when you say agency, like advertising agency?
Like where I was working, no, it was like a booking agency.
Oh, okay,
it was a booking agency. So in both, I was working like a booker. In the morning was more like a booker, and in the evening it was more like assistant from the manager.
Okay.
Like doing the contracts, preparing the information to give it to the artist before the gig, blah blah blah. And also at the same time, I was working every single weekend like a stage manager in different parties.
Wow.
First thing in the night was taking care of the guest list at the door, and then came to the DJ booth to take care of the manager and the artist. So that gave me the chance to meet so many artists that then, especially a lot of German artists, that then they became friends when I moved to Germany. So somehow, sometimes I used to think that was like a master plan that I had, but I didn't know that I would move to Berlin back in that day. Right. So it was really great because so many artists that I really liked, I had the chance to talk with them, to party with them.
So in house music or techno or just everything?
It was everything.
Okay.
I was with Ken Easy.
Okay.
I was with Matthias Tanzmann.
Oh, yeah.
I was with David Esquilache, with Luciano. My first good gig was like doing the warm-up for Paco Suna, Marco Carola.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the chance because back in the days, my boss, Alex, he was the manager for Cocoon.
Oh, yeah.
In Spain.
Sven.
Yeah, Sven. He was the manager from Minus. So all the artists from Minus were with us, like Vivalen, Geyser, Mark Hull, like everyone. So it was really, and also I was really fan of Minus sound, like this kind of minimal techno, no?
Right.
That it was really great back in
like
the
this
day.
was like back when like Dubfire first released.
Yeah.
What was that track that he released like in 08 that changed everything? Rib Cage. Do you remember that?
Rib Cage. Yeah. I mean, like, I really like followed those guys, you know, in the beginning. So I had this kind of house, and it became more techno, I would say. Not techno, but this kind of minimal techno that also like a lot of like influence from Italy. Like Giuseppe Capriati when he was doing, and I was really fan of Minus. I need to say, like, I'm really fan of Geyser. Like, and John is just an unbelievable.
Shout out to Geyser.
Yeah, man. Really great guy. Really, also he inspired me a lot back in the days, because he, you know, it was this kind of minimal sound, but the bass line was always kind of funky. And then I had the chance to talk with him, and he told me like he was like a drummer from a punk band. Back in the days back in the days in Canada. So it was really a great journey. So in one moment I thought like, okay, I really move on. I really want to have the experience out there. So I had the chance to move to London or to Berlin. But at the same time, my grandmother died. So my father was really. He has no brothers or sisters, so he told me, if you want, you can take the grandmother's house for you to independence yourself. So it's gonna be your first house. If not, tell us, and we will like sell it, and you can do wherever you want.
Wait, where was your grandma's house in Berlin?
No, in Madrid.
Oh, okay.
In Madrid. So when I was like working in Madrid, they told me you can take it and stay here. But they say just sell it and use the money for you guys. And I want to have my experience outside Spain, which I think that is I know that was the best thing that I did in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you'd be sitting here right now. It sounds like if you had made the choice the other way.
No question. Or maybe I don't know, because maybe my journey would be in another way, but it was how it was, and I'm so happy. And to all the people who I met during my journey, like to have the experience to have pain, their happiness, cry, smile, laugh, everything. So it's such a so many great memories right now. It's coming to my mind.
Awesome, man. I mean, just hearing about, you know, the fact that you got to kind of be at the center of like the who's who of like dance music. So yeah, I mean, just hearing about you, kind of the inception of FreedomB, beginning with kind of the who's who of European dance music, is pretty awesome. So I guess, like, tell me about some of the parties out there, man. Like, what are some of the crazy things you've experienced? I know that, you know, when we were hanging out before this, you mentioned going to Berghain, which is crazy. I still have not been. I mean, what was that like?
I mean, how I told you, I used to go, honestly, when I get guest list. No, cause I get guest.
You can get guest list. You can get guest lists at Berghain.
You can. You need to be a lucky boy.
Okay.
But you can. But you can get it. The thing is, like, what I don't like from Berghain, and I think also this is one of the things that brings so many like the people want to go. What I don't like, because I was there, is waiting on the queue and feeling like it's gonna be an exam, you know, like you are like so nervous. You can feel like the stress on the people just to know if they will get or not. And also, like, I have so many friends that they go for party to Berlin, and then they cannot get to the club for whatever reason it is, and you can hear them, or they say, my weekend was a piece of shit because I couldn't get to the club. So I think like Berlin means much more than that. The point is, like, for me, underground and clubbing, it's freedom. It's just like community, and it's just like expression of yourself, and just like try to escape from the reality that maybe is taking you during the week. Just like close your eyes, dance, and having a good time, surrounded by good people. And I want to say that you cannot find that in Berghain. You can, but the process till you get in, for me, my opinion, sometimes it's not worth it because, you know, I was like really my first time when I was there, and one girl who was like some steps forward to me, she turned around and say, hey, don't talk in Spanish. I say, why? I say, like, yeah, because if they listen to you, they will know that you are not from here, and it's going to be more difficult for the rest to get in. And say, like, why? I cannot talk my mother language.
Yeah.
I mean, this. What is the point, you know? So you need to act somehow to get in, and sorry, I will not never do that. So...
Is there like a overt like Germans only policy, or
I don't know. I think like also Berghain play with this thing, no? Like it's really difficult to get into our club, and if you get in, you will enjoy, but you need to.
I mean,
be
they
ready.
like that.
They like to say no.
Yeah.
Actually, they create like a video game that you can, like that you are like a player and you go through the queue, and then you need to answer the question, and sometimes so.
Oh, they ask you questions.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought the guy, his name is Sven, right? The
Sven.
famous.
Yeah,
I thought he
yeah.
just stares into your soul and determines whether.
Sometimes yes. If you have the chance to meet him, maybe just in that way. If not, they will ask you like maybe sometimes I heard like who is playing, or like why are you here, or blah blah blah. No, so they try to know. Like they are really selective with the people who get it or not. But honestly, if you have the chance to get in, it's amazing.
Okay, so that's
really
the thing. So hold on,
really
how long is the line typically?
So I don't know. Like a friend of mine was like waiting for 7 hours, you know, and then he got he got rejected, you know, like So it was like, man, like how can you wait for 7 hours and then he say it was worth it. It was worth it, man. You lost a really great night with us, waiting to get in one club that you didn't.
Right.
And you are telling me that it was worth it. Sorry. I don't understand this kind of stuff, especially because it would be Berghain or Panorama the only option to party in Berlin. I would say, okay, man, let's wait.
Yeah, there's so many other clubs, right?
You have too many clubs.
Watergate, right? Is that what?
Watergate,
Is
CC4.
Trezor still around?
Trezor is still around. CC4, Karreblau, Kitkat, which I really love, and is one of the wildest clubs because the sex atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
So I really, you have so many options, man, to party and to have fun in Berlin. So I would just recommend to the people who want to go to Berlin, like, hey, if they can go, just try if you want, but don't get depressed or don't get
just
sad if you
set low expectations. But it's hard to have low expectations when you've been in the line for 7 hours, right?
Yeah, this is why, you know. It's true that it was, I think, like New Year's Eve event. Like sometimes they sell like pre-sale tickets, and then you need to wait the queue. But anyway, I mean, like I will at least know right now wait 7 hours to get into one club.
And then I think what the people really want to know is what is the sex atmosphere like that you mentioned? So like, I mean, Berghain, you hear stuff, right? Like there's like this meme fake review that's around the internet.
Yeah.
It's like written from the perspective of like an American tourist who just like found his way to Berghain. And he's like, you know, the shit that he writes about is insane. Is that what it's like?
Yeah, what you have in Berghain is like Panorama Bar, and then you have like Berghain, and then you have let's say like a Panorama Bar in Berghain is like a gay club.
Okay.
So there is some dark rooms, and then you have the laboratory place where open mostly on Sundays.
Okay.
Where all the action happen.
Oh, the action,
the real action happens. So you can find everything. I need to say, like, I was never inside, because when I was there, it was not open. But I have some friends that they go there, they have fun, and it's a way to express the freedom, and they like it, and also some dark rooms, and they have fun, and for me, it's part of the nightlife, you know. For me, nightlife belongs really to the sex atmosphere. This is how it is. It's freedom. It's just everything in the same pack.
Right.
So if they can have fun, hey.
That's interesting because we don't really have that here in the States.
Yeah, I asked actually to some friends if you have something like fetish clubs here in LA or like in America, like a Kitkat. No, Kitkat is the best example. Kitkat is a sex club where I play mostly Mondays.
Okay.
And you have
So you play at a sex club on a Monday. What is the vibe at the sex club on Monday night?
On Monday night, no? Like sometimes I need to say, I mean, Mondays is more like a tourist, let's say, because it's Monday and the people need to work on Tuesday, but they still keep the vibe. So you can find like a perfect mix between the tourist people and the real dancer from Kitkat.
Okay.
And the thing is like, it's amazing, this club. First of all, because you need to dress up if you want. Otherwise,
Like,
now
like
they are
leather up, or like what are you dressing?
yeah.
Okay.
Wherever you want, you can be naked as well, also, and you can really. They are asking right now more than ever. Like, if you don't want to dress up, like at least to us, the guys, like take out the t-shirt.
Okay.
What I love the most is like respect is the most important thing in that club. That means no is no.
Okay.
And
of course,
they are
consent
and
is
they are really
important.
taking care of this, especially for the girls, because you know, like how sometimes, sadly, some guys are like when they get drunk. And then you have also like so it's the DJ booth, and then you know it's the dance floor where people is having sex.
And is it like a couples only type thing, or like can single guys just
whatever you want, man?
Okay,
it's just
interesting.
Like, it's just so great. It's like you have some beds, you have like a pool where the summer it is, but I will not recommend nobody to swim in that pool. Honestly, don't go in that
Sounds
pool.
like good advice.
Yeah, don't go to that pool. Oh yes, do it, but maybe because you are hired, you don't care what's going on in the pool. But yeah, man, the vibe is really great, and you see beautiful guys, beautiful women, beautiful transsexual guys. That the people who work from the club is so much. Everything is so good, and honestly, it's so easy to get horny. So easy. It's so easy to get horny.
Is it ever hard to get horny?
No, crazy, man. Like sometimes from the point of view from the DJ, like playing your music, which makes you happy, and at the same time, seeing people having sex close to you and they are having fun, I would say like it's really a spiritual thing. I would
Interesting.
Completely, man. I remember like there's one date I play in Saturday I play in Moscow, and then I came back to the first flight to Berlin because on Sunday I play on Sunday in Kitkat.
Okay.
Yes, I arrived. So I from the airport to the club, and I arrived really tired, man. Really tired. And I was like, okay. So I start to play, man, and that was like this couple having sex really in front of me, having a good time. But at the same time, well, at least was my feeling, while they were having sex, they were like dancing, and the guy was smiling to me and say to me like,
He's giving you the thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Like thumbs up, like thank you, man. And man, in that moment, all my vibe, bam! Like I was like playing so good, man. Like I was like, how you?
Give you some motivation.
Yeah, exactly, man. I was looking for the motivation, and that guy that I met once, I never saw him again in my life. He gave me the perfect motivation to continue. So, you know, I mean, like
it's the kind of inspiration we all need.
Completely, man, completely. This is why I like. It's a really great club. Not for everyone. You need to be, of course, open mind, because I have some friends that they were there and they felt like really overwhelmed because the situation and things. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Europe, man.
Europe. But you think like you cannot find this kind of thing? I
think you can kind of find it, but it's much more like hush hush, right? Like there's a guy here, Technometric. Shout out to Technometric, who I haven't met, but he throws raves. Like so you can see on his Instagram, like, oh, here I'm throwing a rave, and then the next week he'll be throwing like a sex party.
Okay.
But it's like a private at a mansion.
Okay, so you need to
couples
know
only
passwords, codes to get in.
Yeah, like I feel like it's much more. There is like, and I haven't been to any, but there are sex parties, but it's much more guarded. It's not like open, like, hey, are you interested in sex? Come to our party. You know, like where it sounds like over there, like in Europe, you know, it's much more open, right?
They really have like a door policy. They really control who get in, who get not, because they want to keep the good vibe, and they don't want to like.
Yeah, so they want to like curate, but like here, anytime like if I see on the Instagram or like I hear someone say something about like an orgy happening or something, it's always like couples only.
Couples only. No, there is like whatever you want.
Interesting. Yeah, like even at Burning Man, right? There's an orgy dome, and I remember like biking past it a few times. And yeah, it's couples only, but it's been known to have like guy friends pretend to be couples.
Yeah, it was a classic.
But then like at the like front of the dome, they'll make the guys like make out in order to get it. That's like the test. But yeah, So but like here, there's always some kind of barrier to entry, and it sounds like over there, it's just
it's more like natural. Let's say, you know, especially in Germany, that they take the sex and the human body being naked really natural. Like we are humans, so this is what it is. Nothing to be ashamed, you know. That sometimes people are really ashamed, and also like what I like from Kitkat is like people that you think like how this person can be naked because he's so fat or whatever it is. I'm so happy.
Oh, so it's like that's body positive too.
I'm so happy that they got naked. Okay. Because how many times they were or they are really frustrated themselves because society told them you are too thin, you are too fat, or especially for the girls, like you are this, you are that. And they got there, man, and they feel so free. And this is something, and if for some hours they are feeling in that way, brilliant. So happy for them, man. So happy for them because we know how the society judges the bodies. Yeah. Especially to the girls, you know. So if they can feel there in that way for like a couple of hours, I'm so glad for them, man.
Got it. So you're saying it's like very body positive too.
Completely.
That's cool.
So good.
Wow. Well, yeah. I didn't know that was part of your like repertoire, but it's fucking awesome. And I guess so you were playing on a Monday, and I guess that raises the question for me, like, what does a regular week look like for you in terms of like gigging and, you know, like
and sex
what does a normal week look like in the world?
Actually, I'm really like a disciplined person. I try to have like a normal rhythm of life during the week, you know, like as maybe if I need to play on Sunday, I take the Monday off, or if I play on Monday, I took the Tuesday off. Time for me. But I used to have like a normal rhythm of life, like making music, doing sport, meeting my friends. Well, actually, over the last 2 years, post-COVID, I found jobs to survive because, you know, I had my money and I spent them living. And then one moment, it was not another option to follow. But, you know, I mean, like, that was one moment when I get pissed off about this job. I say to myself, like, this is the sacrifice that Alberto, me, need to do right now to keep FreedomB project alive. Mm-hmm. So I took on that way, man, like, this is what I need to do. And this is, you got to do what you got to do. Right. This is a thing that I always say to myself. And it's true. And I'm so happy because I proved once again to myself, like I'm able to do whatever I need to do just to continue in my journey, my music journey, which is called FreedomB. So I try to right now, like I'm again full time DJ and producers, like learn, get into new process to make music. Right now I'm getting more into house music. That means that I will need to get into more like harmonic things, more instrumental parts. So I'm really excited about it, and it's gonna be my next goal. I try to have just like a sleep well during the week because I know myself during the weekend. Right. And I need to, but yeah, normal, I would say, rhythm of life.
So let's say, we'll say like Monday through Thursday is like pretty low key, and then Friday, Saturdays. I mean, that seems like pretty reasonable. And then, you know, when you're in Europe, are you also touring from country to country within Europe as well? Yeah,
I mean, mostly I'm playing in Germany, I would say, especially because, you know, with the COVID, there was not like so much money from other countries or from the club owners or promoters to book you, to pay flights, blah, blah, blah. But the things are going really great. I mean, I have so many requests for festivals and parties from now on in Europe. So, but, you know, I mean, like, I just try and... I was talking today with my mother about it, you know, like live the present, you know. I am not thinking too much about the upcoming months. I'm thinking about where right now, like I'm here with you having a really great chat. Mm-hmm. This is the most important thing for me right now. That tonight I will play in Space Taco, that I will be surrounded by so many great people who took care of me since I put my feet on this country. And this is what I'm thinking right now, you know, because I feel like as the humans, sometimes we lost the perception to enjoy the moment because we are all the time thinking about what you will do tomorrow. Yeah. So you forget to enjoy the moment. And this is
or thinking about what happened yesterday.
or what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
So this is why I always try to think that we learned this from COVID. Enjoy the present more than ever, because from the past you don't know, you cannot do nothing. Just learn from your mistake to have a better present, and for the future you cannot do shit.
Yeah.
What you can do is like to work hard in your present to have a better future. This is what you can do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, all like the Eastern philosophy, right, and all of the New Age philosophy is like there is only present. Like there is no future, there is no past. It's just
What we have. This is the only thing that you have now, right now.
Yeah. Or the way I've heard it said too is if you got one foot in the past and one in the future, you're well positioned to shit all over
completely.
today.
I completely, man. I really believe in this thing, you know. So I just try to be more practical and just to enjoy myself the moment and have as much I can a good life also, because it was hard for me, you know, like we talked the other day when we had the dinner, like I suffer anxiety and it was hard for me, and the most thing is like you feel alone sometimes in this world when you show or when you say to someone that you have anxiety, you know. Still people like thinking that you are crazy or this is too much what you're saying. Just like, you know, in my case was like a deep breath. I couldn't feel like I couldn't deep breath, and the people is like, come on, it's just easy, just deep breath. Just when you are like sad and someone came to you and say,
just cheer up.
Just cheer up.
Yeah.
I mean, like I would love like it would be so easy, you know,
Right.
but it's not. So right now, after I had those moments, right now that I found my balance, personal one, I'm really happy, man.
That's good, man. I mean, I definitely feel the positive vibration coming from you.
Thank you.
In terms of the mental health stuff, I mean, I think it is good that in our scene generally, so many more people are coming out and speaking out about mental health.
And I'm so happy about it.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it took, like some pretty hype. Like it took like Avicii, like fucking killing himself
This is insane.
before it became okay to like
Yeah.
really be open to talk about, which is like fucking insane.
Yeah, like we need to reach that point, really, like someone kill himself.
Yeah.
To realize about how hard is and how common is this topic between us. When I say us, people who work in the electronic music business, doesn't matter where you work, like camera, like bar person, DJ, producer, visuals, doesn't matter, man. Like, hey.
But I think more and more now I hear, like I see so many more articles about it, so many more DJs coming out and speaking out about it, many of whom, I fucking worship. So, and I guess for you, like managing the mental health, right? Cause you're touring, like what are some of the things that help you kind of stay grounded and balanced?
Sport.
Okay.
I'm going to the gym more for my mental health than for my physical health.
Right.
Also, when, of course, gym and to do a sport help both. But I'm going from my mental health, because I always say to this is something that I talk also with my family, like if anytime I need to have a sickness, I hope it's not going to be a mental one. I hope it's a body one, because with the time, the body one will like get better. But if you have some things going on in your brain, man, this is hard. This is hard because nobody can really get into that, It's really like, so sport, listen good music, having good chats, listen people who inspire me, doing things that I love the most that sometimes I forget, like for example, to dance at home. I really love to dance at home, like I put myself music and I dance like a fucking monkey.
Yeah. What's that like, there's like a saying that basic girls in America like to post where it's like, dance like no one's watching, laugh like I don't.
Something like that. I know.
You're not a basic girl, Angel, but do you know the saying?
Can you help us here?
Can you help us here? You know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Dance like no one's watching.
Yeah, like I know that's one of them. Anyway, put it in the comments, folks.
Yeah. this kind of like dance like nobody's watching.
There's some other shit in there too.
Love like you've never been hurt. Sing like nobody's listening. Live like it's heaven up there.
Like eat, pray, love. There's definitely a girl out there who has that like posted on her wall somewhere. shout out to you.
Yeah.
Post in the comments.
Please write down. We will love to contact you. And
Oh, and then I did want to ask, because you mentioned your mom. So, like, what do your parents think about, what you do? And I guess, is it more understood in Europe? Like, oh, okay, he's a DJ.
Well, actually, I need to say, like, my family, especially my mother has like 7 sisters.
Okay.
And the small one died in the 90s cause heroin.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So she was really when the rock and roll and punk and all these kind of like new drugs came to Spain that the people didn't have information about it, like that happened here also, with the cocaine and things,
Yeah.
like people were
So it's still happening here with fentanyl.
So people were consuming, so she was really into drugs. So drug thing was a really like huge topic in my family. So my mother was all the time like, I don't want to talk about nightlife, and I don't want to know, because for her nightlife means
right. So she knew, but she just didn't want you to like go into detail.
So we still have sometimes this topic. So I say like my PR agent is my father, because I told him what's going on, and he made the soft version to my mother. So this is beautiful.
That's cool.
So that is beautiful, man. That is beautiful. But I need to say, like in December when I came to Madrid before I start the big tour, I was with my mother and I told them like, hey, I want to sit down and talk with you, and I just want to tell you something. So we sat down and I told him like, I really want to tell you what's going on really more in my life, but I don't feel like it's a positive thing that Papa, my father, is protecting you so much, giving you the soft information, because I really want to know what's going on in my life. Because
so she knows that she's getting the soft information, or were you?
She knows. Actually, the other day we had a really like funny situation, because I will play this Saturday in Sinaloa, in Culiacan, in where all the cartels are in Mexico.
Yeah.
So I was talking with my father and I told him, but he was with the speaker on the phone. So my mother listened, and my mother was like, what? And then my father said, no, he said carteles, no, that means also in Spain advertisement. and my mother was like, what the fuck? Do you think that I'm stupid? I know what he said. I know how he will play in that city, blah blah blah. So, but this is, I told her like, you should not be scared about what I'm doing. Just be happy, because I'm doing what I love the most.
Yeah.
And if something happened while I'm living, be happy, because this is part of the journey. This is part of the life contract with everyone signed. We born. Hey, you are walking and you go through the street and one car crashes to you. Yeah, bad luck. Yeah. But this is how it is. This is part of to be alive.
Also, they don't fuck with the DJs down there.
Also, this is another reason. Like I go and I have my status, so they protect me.
Yeah, they'll protect you. You're the reason people are going to the party to do their drugs.
To the party. So exactly. So somehow they really protect me and they take care of me. And what I told to my mother, you don't know how many beautiful human beings out there, like they take care of me, like they protect me, that Jason and you guys that offer me to be here, like you show me love even with the first time we met or we see each other. So she should be relaxed, more relaxed, but I understand. I don't have brothers or sisters. I'm only child. Mothers are mothers, so it's part of the game.
Yeah, but no, that's a very interesting sort of backstory. Mm-hmm. Because I would have just expected you to almost to be like, yeah, she knows what's up and it's fine because it's Europe and anything goes. But so it's interesting that there's like
I
still
told with
some
them,
tension there.
When they asked me like, how was the tour? Did you take this drug or you take? I say, yeah. I told them like.
Oh, she even asked you what drugs you did on tour and stuff?
Yeah. They asked me, and I mean like maybe with like 29 or like 28, I don't want to hurt them. I was like more hiding, but now with 35, I don't need nothing to hide. Yeah. I'm an adult person. I know what I'm doing, and the thing is like. And this is one of the most important things about consume drugs. You need to know how consume drugs. And sounds easy.
Some people are bad at it.
It sounds easy. Sounds like, well, you are not like saying nothing new. Well, I don't know if the people really know how to consume drugs.
There is such a thing as being good at doing drugs, and a lot of people are not good at doing drugs.
You need to
be good at doing drugs, kids.
Be good.
We don't condone doing drugs, but if you're going to do drugs,
don't do this at home.
Be good at it.
Be good at it. Be good at it.
Informational purposes.
Yeah.
Be good at it.
This is strictly for educational purposes.
And it's not like when I talk with my friends about it, they always get so pissed off because they say like, yeah, it looks like it's good to take drugs. No, I never said it's good to take drugs. But I say it's good to have experience. But I say it's good like to normalize a situation which it should be more normal than it is. And that nobody should judge nobody cause take drugs.
Right.
And they do. And this is something like I mean, if someone called me like you have a drug problem, for me it's not like that you are trying to insult me. For me, insult is like you are a bad human, or you are a raper, or like you're a thief, or you are like that will be like something which it will hurt me. But if I consume why do some stuff, I think it's nothing bad on it, especially if you know how to do it. Especially like I will recommend to everyone, just do it when you feel fine. Never because you want to escape for any problem or you are feeling down or whatever, because then it's when the problems come. So
do it to enhance feeling good, not to escape feeling bad.
Exactly.
I mean, and I also take inspiration from you on that because like my parents don't know shit about like anything.
Anything.
And I'm 39, so like I'm gonna be 40 and still like, I don't know what's a drug.
What is a party? What is a festival?
I mean, actually, like I've definitely like kind of been more open with my dad about it recently. Because like he went to like Berkeley when he was young, so he kind of gets it.
What's going on?
But like a couple of years ago, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to Burning Man.
But you feel like if you tell them, they will judge you or you will hurt them?
I think it would hurt them. I think like, because like Asian parents, they would view it as like an attack on their parenting.
Okay. So almost like you say like a cultural thing that from the Asiatic.
And I think like I don't want to speak for everyone, but my experience of like Asian parenting is like they're more of the like I don't want to know. Like even if they kind of know, they don't want to know. And I mean, and that's how at least my parents are with everything. It's kind of like just don't tell me. But as a result of that, like my relationship with my parents is like very surface. And so I deeply appreciate, you telling me like being that you intentionally wanted to be more open with your mom so you can have a more real relationship with her.
Yeah, of course. No, I was saying like I have a beautiful relation with my mother in all these ways, like karma, we have both like energy persons. Like we had some like really great experience together with ghosts. Yeah, and energies, and my grandfather energy and karma and things. So we had really beautiful. So
You're speaking my language, man. Tell me.
I really want to feel like I have the chance to talk with my mother about what I love and what I'm doing, because this is my life. And if I cannot share with my mother what my life is, what is the point,
I'm gonna take that lesson to heart and hopefully see if I can,
find your way.
Yeah, find my way with my parents without, giving them a stroke.
Yeah. I know. It's hard. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I think they kind of have like an idea, but like I said, it's kind of like they don't want to know. Like I told my dad, I was like, oh, I'm going to Burning Man, and he's like, what's that? It's like it's a transformative festival.
Some friends we will meet for like some dance.
Yeah.
By the way, how was Burning Man? Was good.
It was phenomenal. I've only been the one time, and as I've said on the show before, like it's everything. It's just the whole breadth of human experience distilled into the 1 week. Which means that like it's very bipolar. So for me, there are times where it's like, fuck this place. It's too hot. It's too dry. It's too arid. Fuck these people. No. And then like a minute later, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And
so you have a good journey of feelings,
crazy journey of feelings. Like even getting there,
It's tough. I heard so
Yeah.
many. I want to go, and I had the plan to go in 19, but then I
Okay.
couldn't for certain gigs, and then COVID came, so we could. No, sorry, 2020.
Okay.
And then COVID started, so we couldn't.
Oh, yeah.
But it's one of my upcoming goals. Actually, they told me to play in some like camp.
Okay.
But I really want to go because I heard so many great things, but also hard things.
Yeah, it's everything. It's just like the most amazing thing and the hardest thing. One of the hardest things you'll do. One of the greatest and one of the hardest things you'll do. Anyone can do in their life.
The life.
Speaking of, the registration for the main ticket sale opens tomorrow.
Exactly.
So if you want to get in on it, just log in tomorrow and you can register, and then for a chance to maybe win, not win, but like be able to buy
the ticket. Yeah, exactly.
But I'll roll the dice and see what happens, and if the universe wills it, it will happen. Yes. So before we finish off here, I did want to ask you about Berlin dance event. So tell me about this. Is it like Amsterdam dance event?
Yeah, this is a beautiful project that some friends start in Berlin, and 2-3 years ago. And last year they asked me to be part of it, to be as a moderator for some panels.
Okay.
So I had the chance to interview people who I really love the most, and we talk at different we get really deep about some topics which I really like to talk. And I again had the chance to show my journalist face, which somehow I always like to do it, and especially like how I told you how we didn't have the chance to play. Somehow I was trying to be connected with the industry and to bring good value, good vibes. So the people, they see me like I'm not like stop doing nothing at home. And I was really into that. So when they asked me about it, I was just like, hey, let's do it. So this year is going to be like, again, like we are not like anymore with COVID in Europe. Now we have other things, sadly, that I hope is gonna end soon.
Just as one thing's finished, is finishing, right?
Yeah, so it's just like. But anyway, going back to positive vibes with Berlin Dance Music Event. Also, we have the feedback and good support from ADE owners. They are giving us so much love.
Is it related, or they're just helping? And
just helping. Just helping. Okay. One moment we say them like, "Hey, we want to have the same project as ADE in Amsterdam," and they were all the time since the beginning, really supporting the project, like really showing love, like telling us, "Hey, guys, this is how we did. This is how we start to earn money for the parties and for the festivals." And now more people is getting involved. From Berlin, more artists. Some clubs, they are actually still like thinking like we are just kids with a project. But I told them like right now we just need to show that we get bigger, and I think like the big clubs will join us.
Wow.
in the
So
future.
it's the beginning. It's the beginning.
Yeah. For example, like last year we had only 4 clubs involved. This year we have 15.
Okay.
So
wow.
it's a pretty huge step
that's
for
like
us.
a very like fast.
So people understand like this is something going on, and then people really understand like the city of Berlin really needs an event like that, like an event where it's not only party. That this is one of the saddest thing for me about like Winter Miami Conference, like in the beginning of 2000, it was a really great networking spot to meet people and talk about, but right now it's only party, which is not bad, but change what was the purpose of the event really in the beginning. But right now it's more like, so try to bring like a spot to be able to meet fellas and to meet people, talk about things, learn, have fun. For the dancers, have the chance to see artists that maybe they don't used to come to play so often in Berlin. Like create something stronger, This is why I was telling you that right now we are facing a really like great moment for the industry, and I think Berlin Dance Music Event is a really great project to enjoy, and if you have the chance just to be part of it.
Hell yeah, man. Sounds super exciting. Is that so? When is it taking place this year?
It's coming from 19th May, Thursday.
Oh, it's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm coming back to Europe like in the 2nd of May. I will be like 2 weeks in Madrid with my family.
Okay.
I come back of 18th of May, and then from 19th till It is 22 Sunday, so 4 days. It's like we have the on Thursday like a gathering, like welcome gathering, like just to chit chat and meet all the people who will be part of it. And then from Friday we start with the panels, the workshops, and yeah, really excited about it. Really excited to be part of it.
Yeah, awesome, man. It sounds amazing. So I guess this is probably a good segue, since we're over an hour now, into just what are some of the things you want to plug before we sign off.
Just want to say, like, enjoy life.
Yeah.
Try to be a good human being. Try to make the best of it. Try to spread good vibes. Try to be respectful with everyone. Be gentle with everyone, because we still are on the way to feel fine everyone. And just keep grooving.
Dude, I love that. So normally people like plug their social media and stuff, and you're like, yeah, positive vibes. Yes, yes.
They know they are the people is smart enough. They know how to find us. So.
Yeah, I will have links in the description.
I'm sure.
And of course, like no judge to any of the past guests who have plugged their socials, because that was what the question was. But I big up for promoting positive vibes.
Positive vibes.
I will, however, promote my socials.
Go for it.
And say, don't forget to like and subscribe to Side Note. Follow me at Decoy Nick on Instagram. Follow Side Note at Side Note Media. And thank you, man. This was a great interview.
Thank you, man.
So good.
Thank you so much.
So good getting to know you the last week or so.
And thank you.
Yeah, big up to Angel as always.
Yeah.